So here's a fragrance that is not for the faint of heart, but if you can pull this one off, I think you can work magic with it. This is a really interesting fragrance by Vilhelm Parfumerie, and this is the brand new 2022 release London Funk. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this brand new fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's video and I tell you all about the brand new Vilhelm fragrance called London Funk, I do want to start things off by saying that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit that bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if you took something of value from today's episode. Now, before I begin this video, I do want to mention that if you're interested in checking out this fragrance, you may do so at twistedlily.com. They are an authorized retailer. All of the links are going to be down below. Fast shipping, great customer service, and personal friends of mine. So here we have a fragrance that contains a cannabis note. And as soon as I smelled it, I was like, wow, this is done really strongly. And of course, there's also a Kilian fragrance called Smoke for the Soul. There's a fragrance called Kinski. There are a lot of fragrances that have this sort of green vibe about them. And apparently from the research that I've done, London Funk is a strain. I don't really do that kind of stuff, but this fragrance definitely has that authentic smell, which in my neighborhood, I smell it all the time. So looking at the note breakdown, there is blackcurrant bud, there's basil, vetiver, cedarwood, sandalwood, ambergris, bergamot. There's a lot of really interesting ingredients that kind of contribute to that accord to give it this sort of herbal and vegetal feel. So I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell. Let's start things off with the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, the first thing that you're gonna get is that quote unquote green note. And it is strong. That's why in the beginning of this video, I said it's not really for the faint of heart, because you don't want your boss to call you into the office when you're wearing this one, because inevitably that's what you're going to smell like, right? You're gonna smell like weed. And so I don't think that that's going to be a viable option for a lot of people. But if you are of the mentality that, you know what, forget it, I don't really care, it's legal now, at least where I live in New Jersey, for recreational reasons, I think that this is going to resonate with a lot of people. Now, in terms of the other ingredients that are included within here, you do have basil and you have blackcurrant bud. Now, in my experience, blackcurrant can be really musky while still having a bit of like an herbal undertone. And it's found in fragrances like Musk Therapy by Inicio Parfum. It's found in a lot of Maison Francis Kurkdjian fragrances as well. And what I can say about this fragrance is that the way that it's utilized is really interesting in working hand in hand with the basil, but still having this sort of edge about it, right? So I know there's a lot of fragrances out there that are very clean, very easy to wear, the citrus fragrances, the musks, the aquatics. This fragrance has that avant-garde component to it, which is something that the brand of Vilhelm Parfumerie is known for. And I love so many of their fragrances. You know, there is Morning Chess is one of my favorites, and I also have Purple Fig. That one I purchased many years ago, has been a favorite ever since. Basilico and Fellini is another one that is amazing for the summertime. So they do have a lot of excellent long-lasting fragrances. Even their citrus offerings last a very long time, surprisingly. And this one does it really well. It has that herbal component, a little bit on the daring side of things, I do gotta be honest about that, but it also has the ambergris, the vetiver, the woods. It has a lot of these longer lasting ingredients in the base that kind of bind everything together. And that green appeal is going to last a very long time into the evolution of the scent. I'm talking 3-4 hours before you really start getting into that base of woods and ambergris. But really interesting composition. Again, Twisted Lily does carry this one at the moment if you're looking for an authorized retailer, so you don't have to worry about getting your hands on a fake or anything like that. let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now first, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, this is certainly a unique fragrance, and I just really appreciate the fact that it's not gimmicky, it's not a novelty scent. It has a personality, it has complexity, it has a lot of other ingredients kind of working their magic in here with the spice and the herbal qualities and the woods, the ambergris, that aquatic saltiness that you get from it too. It's really, really interesting. See if you can get yourself a sample. If you can, I think that that would be ideal. This way you can see if it works with your skin chemistry, and if you are one of the brave who will wear this one on a regular basis. I know for me, casually, I would love to wear something like this. In terms of the longevity, 8+ hours. Projection above average. You will get notice for the first 2 hours of application, and then it doesn't become a skin scent until about hour 7 or 8. So definitely above average when it comes to projection. Versatility, I think this one is great in all seasons. I think in terms of occasions though, if you're in a professional scenario and you want to avoid smelling like cannabis, I would probably say don't wear this one. But again, if you're around friends or you're around people who aren't judgmental, or if you're not at fear of losing your job or something like that, then you can definitely wear this one. Perfectly unisex too. And I think this one will appeal to anybody of any age. In terms of the presentation, I think it looks really nice. My final verdict on this fragrance is it is a weed fragrance with complexity. A lot of other fragrances of this type are gimmicky. They are novelty scents. They just try to emulate the smell of that particular ingredient, but they don't do much of anything else. Here you have a bunch of ingredients that kind of work their magic in the blend, and this is definitely one for the books. I hope you have a chance to try it out at Twisted Lily. All of the information is going to be down below. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. It's absolutely free and it would mean the world to me. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload these daily videos. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.